Hello everyone, today we are doing the topic trigonometry for non-calculator paper, which is 4024 paper 2 and 0580 paper 4, and this is non-calculator paper. Let's begin. The first question I've taken from 4024 O levels, October November 2019. Question paper is 2-1, and in this paper this is question number 9. I'll just show you the calculations in few questions and then I'll write down the direct answer because it will save the time. All right. So in this question, the diagram shows the position of the three uh, farms A, B, and C on the horizontal ground. Farm B is on a bearing of 125 degrees from A to B and A, and north we just look from the north and then we write down the angle, remember. And this is farm B is on the bearing of 125 from A. AB is 950 meter, BC is 680 meters, and AC is 520 meters. So show that BAC is 44.0 degrees. So this is BAC, remember. So in this question, we have all three sides are given in a non-right angle triangle. So we always use cosine rule when, remember, whenever in a non-right angle triangle, in right angle triangles you use Pythagoras theorem when two sides and other side is required. You use trigonometric ratio when angle is involved. For right angle triangle, half base into height is the area. Okay, and then whenever two sides and non-included angle given, included means in the middle of two given sides, the angle will be non-included angle given, or two angles and one side given, then you will use the sine rule. Okay, and in cosine rule, two sides and included angle given, like these two sides and included angle given, included angle given, or all the three sides. Okay, and then you can find out the third side with the help of the cosine rule, or all three sides given, then also you use cosine rule to find out the angle for any triangle. Okay, so right now we are using the cosine rule, but what is the cosine rule? This is a square is equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos of a. I'm explaining in few questions, remember. For example, this is a, b, and c. This is a, this is b, and this is c. If these two sides are given and this angle is given, you can find out the side. A square is equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos of a. Just look at the diagram. Or if all the three sides are given, then see what happens. With the same formula, when all the three sides are given, you can just see again and again in the recap, and then you can understand it. So if it is a square is there, and b is a is there, b is there, and c is there, any angle is required. For example, cos of a is equals to a b square plus c square minus a square upon 2bc. Look, if this angle is required, this is square plus this square minus the opposite side square upon 2bc, and then you just see the cos inverse. Okay, I just explained you the non-right angle triangle and the rules for the right angle triangle here. Now look in front. In this question, angle A is required. So you can see this is, for example, if I'm going to name it, this is A, this is opposite to C is C side, and opposite to B is side B. I have to find out angle A, which is theta, BAC, and I'll have to show it. So then cos of A is equals to b square plus c square minus a square upon 2bc. Substitute the value, which is b and c is 520 and 950, 520 and 950, and your 680 is, wait, yes, this is A, and 680 square upon 2 times 520 and 950. Just look at the numbers again. 520, 950, 680, 520, 950. Okay. Then angle A is equals to the cos inverse of b square, 520 square plus 950 square minus 680 square upon 2 times 520 and 950. I'm telling you, I'm not using the calculator in every question. Here in few questions I'll explain you. Listen, this is shift cos inverse, and I think everybody knows now how to, because in specimen paper and the different papers I've already shown you how to calculate. This is 520 square plus 950 square minus 680 square. Alright, come down, and then it is 2 times 520 and 950. Okay, go up, bracket close, equals to, this is 44.017, corrected to one decimal place, it is 44.0 degrees. Okay, so this is 44.0 degrees. This I'm writing down. This is 3 marks question. Okay, the next part is calculate the bearing A from C. A from C. From C, this is A and C, and we are going to find the A bearing A from C. This much angle is required. Okay, for example, this is A, this is C. A from C is this much. This is A from C, and C from A. From A, you always go clockwise and write down in 3 digits the answer. Alright, we know the angle already, that this is 44 degrees. Okay, and the angle which is from here till here, it is 124 plus 44. Okay, so that will be 169. It's 1 mark question, so you can do, this is 169. So the alternate angle, we are just looking at the alternate angle, this is equals to 169. So I'm marking here the alternate angles from here till here, and then I make a straight line. So you can see the shape, this is equals to 169. Okay, I'm again telling you, this is 169 and this is also 169, like this one. These two are parallel lines, and then this is equals to 169. So the angle which we want is the whole 180 plus 169. Just add it together to find out the bearing. So that is equals to 180 plus 169 degrees is the bearing. So that is equals to 349. So 349 is the answer for this one. Now the next part is farm A and farm B is joined by a straight track AB. Amira walks along the track from A at a constant speed of 4.46 kilometer per hour. Calculate the time it takes from Amira to walk from A to point that is closest to farm C. Give your answer in minutes and second correct to the nearest second. So it means in this question, from farm A and B are joined by a straight line. We'll have to see the diagram and then we can understand it. Alright, this is the diagram. So for this question, alright, so from farm A and B are joined together by track AB, A and B, this line. Okay, Amira walks along the track from A at a constant speed of 4.6 kilometers per hour. Calculate the time takes for Amira to walk from A to point C, that is from A to the point that is closest to the from C. Closest means the either you write down the shortest distance or the perpendicular distance. You can use the words shortest or perpendicular distance. Okay, so from C to AB, from C to AB, you know that it will make a straight line perpendicular 90-degree angle. From both the triangles will be the 90-degree right angle triangle. Give your answer in minutes and second correct to the nearest second. Alright, so it means we need to find out the distance, and here if I just name this one as A, B, C is there. If it is D, for example, then it is we have already found at the top that this is 44 degrees. Alright, so this is 44 degrees. I'm just making the triangle like this. For example, this is D, this is A, which is 44 degrees, and this is C. And we have to find out the length of AD. Length of AD is required wherever the hypotenuse is 520. Length of AD is the adjacent side. So it means that we can apply the cos. So cos theta is equals to A upon H. Alright, so cos of 44 degrees is equals to AD upon 520. So AD will be equals to 520 times cos of 44 degrees. Alright, 520 cos of 44 degrees. That is equals to 374.057. 374.057. And you know that all the measurements are given. 520 is in meters, I think. Yes, this is 520 meters. Okay, these measurements are in meters, so it is 374.057, which is in meters. But we'll have the this is given, your speed is in kilometers per hour, so it means we need to change this distance into kilometers. That will be equals to 0.374 kilometers. Now we can take the measurement. So this is given in the question that it is moving with the speed with 4.6 kilometers per hour. So per hour means 1 hour is 4.6 kilometers per hour, and in 1 hour the speed is. So in 0.374 sorry, I write down here. So 0.374 kilometers is the distance here. So it's moving 4.6 kilometers. So in 0.374 kilometers, how much will be the time taken? So just simply cross multiply. So 4.6 hours, 4.6x is equals to 0.374 multiplied by 1. X is equals to 0.374 divided by 4.6. Let's calculate. So it is equals to so that is 0.0813, 0.0813, but it is in hours. Okay, that is the time. So it is in hours. We'll have to write down in minutes and in seconds. So multiply by 60. Whenever we do 0.0813 hours times 60, it is 4.878 minutes. So it means 4 minutes and 0.878 if we multiply with 60, 0.0878, sorry, 0.878, 0.878 multiplied by 60 to write the timings into seconds, it will become 52.68. It means 53 seconds. Okay, so this is the answer for this part. First of all, in this question, I'm again repeating, they were asking us to find out the closest distance. It means that the perpendicular walk, calculate the time it takes to Amira to walk from A to point that is closest to from C. So this point which is closest to C was this much. From here till here was the closest distance to C. So we found what is AD, and then we found that how much is the timings by using the comparison of that 1 hour is 4.6 kilometers, and then x hour is how many, then we change it into hours into minutes, and then minutes into seconds, and then we found that it is 4 minutes and 53 seconds. Alright, in the next part D, the helicopter hovers vertically above B. The angle of elevation of the helicopter from form A is 10.7 degrees. Calculate the angle of elevation of the helicopter from C. Alright, so just we are going to draw the diagram for this as well. If it is A and B, if this is A to B, and a helicopter hovers vertically from B. Okay, helicopter. All right, the angle of elevation of the helicopter from A is 10.7 degrees. From A is 10.7 degrees. We'll make the diagram, draw the diagram like this. Calculate the angle of elevation of the helicopter from C. So angle of elevation from the helicopter means here, from the helicopter. And for example, if somebody is looking up, that is angle of elevation. So there, for example, your C is somewhere here. Okay, so the from here, and always it will make a 90-degree angle. This is also 90-degree, and this will be also 90-degree. Okay, so in this question we'll find out actually what is theta, this angle. Wherever AB line is, we know that the AB line is equals to 950 meters, 950 meters. Okay, so for that thing, if we know the value of this height B and H, then it's easier for us to calculate it. If the height, okay, so we'll use the same SOH CAH TOA here as well. For this height, we'll be using this small triangle A, B, and H, and height 950 meters, and then 10.7 degrees. I'll calculate, I'm just doing it quickly. So that is, we obviously will use tan to find out this height. So tan of 10.7, we know that SOH CAH TOA will be applicable, and no hypotenuse, it means that tan is applicable here. So height upon 950, height is equals to, that is tan 10.7 and then multiply by 950. Whenever you multiply, you will be getting the height was equals to 179.5. I told you that I'll not, I've already calculated, so that's why for saving time I'm not showing the calculations again. So height will be equals to 179.5. Okay, now we can easily find out this much angle we are going to find out. As we know in above parts that your CB side is 680, so this is equals to 680 meters. So I'm again drawing one more diagram to find out the angle of elevation. Wherever the height is 179.5 and this is B, H and C, and this is angle of elevation, and it is equals to 680. All right, so again SOH CAH TOA is applicable. So tan of theta is equals to, wait, tan of theta, I'm calculating for this one. Tan theta is equals to TOA, O over A, 179.5 divided by 680, and theta is tan inverse 179.5 divided by 680. You should recognize which one is adjacent, opposite and hypotenuse. So whenever you calculate, you will get 14.8 degrees was the angle of elevation in this question. So that is the answer for this part. Okay. The next question is from 0580 IGCSE, May June 2019, paper 4-3. The question number 9 in this paper, you can see a right angle triangle ABC, and ADC is a non-right angle triangle, which is an obtuse angle triangle, and AD is equals to 58 meters shown in the diagram. In the diagram, BC is vertical wall standing on the horizontal ground AB. D is a point on AB where AD is equals to 58 meters. The angle of elevation of C from A is 26 degree, and the angle of elevation of C from D is 72 degrees. All right, show that AC is equals to 76.7 meters correct to 1 decimal place. Remember, always we just, whenever we make any angle of elevation, that will be a 90 degree angle over there, and somebody is looking up at the top. Okay, this is angle of elevation. So whenever I'll label the angle of elevation, I'll consider a right angle triangle. Okay, so the angle of elevation of C from A is 26 degree. From A to C it's 26 degree, and you can see it's a right angle triangle. Okay, so that is 26 degrees. Okay, then in the same question they have given us also that angle of elevation of C from D, First of all we made from A, and now from D. So this is from D. I cannot mark the angle here. This one is right angle triangle. So A from D is 72 degree. If this is 72 degree, then the other side will be equals to 108 degrees, because it is like 180 minus 72 is 108 degrees. Now we have already labeled the diagram. Show that AC is equals to 76.7. So AC means this line they are asking us to find out. Okay, so it means if we just look at this non-right angle triangle, which has two angles and one side given. Whenever two angles and one side is given, we can apply the sine rule. Okay, so 50, whenever it is easy for us to calculate the rest of the angle. So angle C will be equals to, first of all we'll calculate what is angle C. So angle C will be equals to angle CACD is equals to 180 minus 26 plus 108 degrees, which is equals to 46 degrees. Okay, so this is 46 degrees, and we can able to calculate the side AC. Opposite to AC side is 108. Sine rule is A upon sine A is equals to B upon sine B is equals to C upon sine C. Okay, for example, if you have any triangle ABC, this is A, then A upon sine A, B upon sine B, and C upon sine C. You just have to see the opposite, the side and its opposite angle with it. Okay, so it is 46 degrees, so we will be writing down AC upon sine of 108 degrees is equals to 58 upon, obviously 58 upon sine of 46 degrees. we'll have to consider 46 degree, because opposite to 26 degree, this side which is opposite to 26 degree, we don't know how much it is. So that's why we are considering 26 degrees. Well, we are not considering 26. Opposite to 58 is 46 degree, and the length which is unknown, which is AC, opposite to it is 108. Okay, so we just simply cross multiply AC, or AC is equals to 58 upon sine of 46 times sine of 108. Whenever you calculate, you will get the 76.68 meters, which is approximately equals to 76.7 meters, and this is shown. Okay, the next part of the same question is to calculate the length of BD side. So BD side is, this is BD side which is required now. Alright, so whenever we look at the side BD, we must have this side BC. Alright, to calculate the side of BC, we'll consider the whole triangle, and we know that this is equals to 76.7 meters. Alright, so I'm just drawing this diagram here. Wherever it is C to B is unknown, and 76.7 meters, 76.7 meters, and the side angle is 26 degrees. So here we are going to calculate the side BC. So B and C and A. Okay, AC is 76 point. Why we are calculating BC? Because we want to know the side BD. Whenever we'll have the BC side, then we'll consider this right angle triangle, and easily we will be able to find out this side BD. So with the help with the help of SOH CAH TOA, I'm just putting it X here. So this is your opposite side. X is your opposite side, and hypotenuse is your 76.7. So sine of 26 degrees is equals to your side O over H, BC upon 76.7. So the side BC will be equals to 76.7 times sine of 26. Okay, 26 degree, and then you will get 33.61 meters is the side BC. Now we can calculate the unknown side BD, which is required in this question. Okay, so the unknown side BD is, I'm going to again draw this diagram. BDC B is it's equals to 33.61, and this is your the side BD which is required here, and the angle is also given, which is equals to 72 degrees. So it's again a right angle triangle. Wherever hypotenuse is not there, it means tan is applicable. So tan theta is equals to O over A. So tan of 72 degrees is equals to the side BD, which is the question, O over A. Okay, 33.61 upon the side BD, which is the question here. So what do? BD will be equals to 33.61 upon tan of 72 degrees, and then you will get 10.92 meters for this one. 10.92 meters. BD will equals to 10.92 meters. Alright, the next part B, we have finished part A. It is not a part of, or it's not the part of the above one. So it's a separate question. So triangle EFG has an area of 70 meters square. EF is to FG is 1:2, and angle EFG is 42 degrees. So we are going to draw some diagrams, and that is if I draw E to F and to G. because EF is to FG is 1 is to 2. It means I'll draw FG will be a bigger line. Okay, so it is 1 is to 2 and EFG is 40 degrees here. Calculate the length of EF which is required wherever the area is given 70 square centimeters. So we'll take the help of area. Okay, so the area is equals to half AB sine C. Okay, so that is 70 is equals to half. If I take x, it will be 2x. It's a double side. Okay, and then we'll have to find out EF, which we took here as x. Okay, AB sine C, it means x into 2x into sine of 40 degrees. Okay, so we can cancel these two here. So that is x squared sine 40 is equals to 70. Then x squared is equals to 70 upon sine 40, and then take the square root of it, then you will be getting the answer. So 70 upon sine 40 is equals to 108.9, and then take out the square root. So the x will be equals to square root of 108.9. Whenever you do it, you will get the answer, which is 10 point I just check. Yes, this is 10.4 meters. So they just ask us to calculate EF. EF is x. We have found this is 10.4 meters. The next part, the difference, a different triangle PQR has also an area of 70 square meters. PQ is to QR is 1 is to 2. PQ is equals to EF, and find the angle PQR here. So it's just 1 mark question here. If we just look at the previous diagram, we had EFC, EFG, and here we had angle was 40 degree there. Okay, so a different triangle PQR has an area of 70 meters square. PQ is to QR is 1 is to 2. It means that is the same measurement, like EF is to FG is also 1 is to 2. Okay, and PQ equals to EF. PQ and EF, they have the same measurement. PQ is to EF has the same measurement. So here it is given PQ is to QR is 1 is to 2, and PQ is equals to EF. So it means that they are the similar triangle, and the ratios are also equal. It means that here if I extend the line, it is R, because EF and PQ, they are equal in this question. So for this one, if we have to find out the angle, find the angle of PQR. So they are also telling us that it is P and Q is the same. F and PQ are the same. So PQR means this angle is required. So this angle will be equals to 180 minus 40, that is equals to 140 degree, which is the answer in this question. They have given their lengths have the same, 1 is to 2. This is also 1 is to 2. And then PQ and EF, they are also equal. That's why I just made the triangle like this. And their angle will be equals to, its angle will be 40. So the other one angle will be equals to 140 degree. That was the last part of this question. Okay. Now this question is from 0580 May June 2023, paper 42, question number 10. It's a 3D trigonometry diagram. So ABCDEFGH is a cuboid with a square base of side x, and CG is 20 centimeters, AG is 28 centimeters. Calculate the value of x. I've already made a video on 3D trigonometry. There are more questions as well, so you can check over there. Now do this question, that calculate the value of x. For that thing we need to find out one more unknown value. All right, if we know the this side, the diagonal of ABCD, okay, then it's easier for us to calculate the value of x. Okay, because the triangle ABC is a right angle triangle, because it's a square base. All right, so here I've made this diagonal. It's a 90-degree, and CG is 20 centimeters, and AG is 28 centimeters. All right, so if I just consider this right angle triangle, and it's very easy for us to calculate the the side AC with the help of Pythagoras theorem. So that is the side AC is equals to, it is how many marks question? 4 marks question. All right, so we'll work accordingly. So AC square is equals to 28 square minus 20 square, and then you calculate AC is equals to square root of 28 square minus 20 square. Okay, so that is equals to 8 square root 6. So this diagonal is 8 square root 6. Now we are able to calculate the value of x here. So I'm going to consider this triangle. It's again a right angle triangle. 8 square root 6 square is equals to x square plus x square, because AC is the hypotenuse. Okay, so yes, x square plus x square is equals to 8 square root 6 whole square. Now whenever we find out this is 2x square is equals to 384, whenever you do 8 square root 6 whole square, because 64 times 6. Okay, because 8 square is 64, and 64 times 6 is 384, and x square is equals to 384 divided by 2, which is equals to 192. So x square is 192. Take out the square root of 192, that is the answer. Okay, x is equals to 192. So that is equals to 8 square root 3, 13.85, or approximately equals to 13.9. That is in centimeters. All right, .9 centimeters. Okay, in the next part we have the diagram shows a different cuboid JKLMN PQR. Okay, MR is 30 centimeters nearest to the nearest centimeters. KR is 37 centimeter correct to the nearest centimeter. Calculate the lower bound of the angle between KR and the base JKLM of the cuboid. All right, so as we know, sir, so with the help of this statement, that nearest centimeter, the question of the upper and lower bound. So whenever we look at MR is equals to 30 centimeters, so it's lower and upper bound, because it's nearest centimeter, so we add and subtract to get the 1 upon 2 to get the lower and upper bound. So upper bound will be equals to 30.5 and lower bound will be equals to 29.5. We add 0.5 and we subtract 0.5, and that is the upper bound and it's the lower bound. The other number KR is equals to 30 7 centimeters. So again we'll do the same thing. We add 0.5 and we subtract 0.5 to get the lower bound. So that is equals to 37.5, and yes, it is equals to 36.5, and it's the upper bound and it's the lower bound in this question. Now look at the diagram. So that is your MR is 30 centimeters, and your KR is 37 centimeters, and we'll have to find out the angle between KR and the base JKLM. JKLM is this much. Okay, so what do? We find out the angle between them. So I'm going to draw this line. Okay, wait. So here this angle, this is 90 degree and this angle is required. So we are just considering this triangle, which is a right angle triangle here, and it's a lower bound question. So okay, so like for example in this question, here this is your hypotenuse and it is your opposite side. Obviously sine is applicable, so sine theta is equals to opposite upon hypotenuse, and we want to know the lower bound here. It's given here. So for lower bound we keep the numerator lower and the denominator upper. Okay, so to get a smaller answer, so your opposite side is equals to 30, but we'll take 29.5. It's a lower bound and we'll take the upper bound here for this one to get a smaller answer. So 29.5 and here 37.5 we'll take as the hypotenuse. So what do? We'll take the theta is equals to sine inverse 29.5 upon 37.5. So that is coming 51.87 degrees. We can write down 51.9 degrees. 51.9 degrees. That was the answer for this part. Now the next question is 4024, and it is October November 2018. Question paper is 2-2, and this is question number 9 in the paper. Volume of the pyramid is 1/3 of the base area multiplied by height. You know the mensuration, trigonometry, similar triangles, and these type of questions, they are linked together. So I took this question. It is also 3D trigonometry question with the mensuration also. So the diagram shows a pyramid with a rectangular horizontal base. Vertex F of the pyramid is vertically above the center of the base A. AB is 6.2, it's mentioned in the question. BC is 4.3. The length of the each sloping edge of the pyramid is 9.5. It means they are same. Show that the length EF of the pyramid is 8.72. Correct to the three significant figures. So they're just asking you to calculate the height of the pyramid here. Wherever all these are lengths which is equals to, this is 9.5, 9.5 and 9.5 here. So if it is required in the question, so we'll have to take the help of the base and we'll calculate how much is the diagonal first. Okay, so let's calculate it. Now if you just look at the question, if we know this much length, so it's a right angle triangle. Wherever hypotenuse is 9.5, we just find out how much is this EC side. To calculate EC side, which is the half of the whole AC side. So AC is the diagonal of the base. So we'll take the diagonal over there. So this is, for example, EF is required. First of all, you consider what's the question is. So for E to F and 90 degree and 9.5, and EC is the question. Before we find out the EC, we'll calculate the length of AC. So for finding out the length of AC, we have a rectangular base. So this is, I'm just drawing here, this is 90 degree, and A to B, which is 6.2, and C, it is 4.3. Okay. Alright, so we'll use the Pythagoras theorem to calculate this much. This is, I'm just taking this right angle triangle. A, B, C, 4.3 centimeters and 6.2. And the half of the length of AC will be the length EC. So AC square is equals to 6.2 square plus 4.3 square. Calculate. That is AC square is equals to 56.93, and AC will be equals to 7.55 centimeters. Whenever you find out AC, and then you can easily calculate the length of height of EF, which is required in the question. So EC will be equals to half of AC. Okay, and AC is equals to 7.55. So half of 7.55 will be equals to 3.77. Okay, so just look at here, 3.77. We can easily calculate now the required height, which is EF. Okay, so EF square is equals to 3.77 square and 9.5 square plus 9.5 square, and then it is equals to 9.5 square is the hypotenuse here. So these two add together will become 9.5 square is equals to 9.5 square. So EF, for finding out the EF square, we'll do 9.5 square minus 3.77 square. Okay, calculate. Okay, so that is equals to 76.0175. It is EF square, and EF will be equals to the square root of this one, so which will be equals to 8.718, so 8.72 shown. Okay, this was part A. Part B, calculate the volume of the pyramid. Volume of the pyramid means 1/3 the base area multiplied by height, 1/3 the base area multiplied by the height of the pyramid, which is EF, which is 8.72, and the base is a rectangular base, 1/3. The rectangular base has 6.2 and 4.3, 6.2 and 4.3, wait, 6.2 and 4.3, and multiply all of them together. And calculate your, that is equals to 77.491. 77.49. Okay, that was of 2 marks. Okay, fine. The next part is to calculate what is AFB angle. So whenever we look at the angle AFB in this diagram, AFB, okay, A to F and F to B, this much. Okay, so that is obviously it is also equals to the 9.5, and it's 9.5, and it's also 9.5, and then they are asking you to calculate this angle. Okay, obviously 3 sides are there, so we'll use the cosine rule to calculate it. If I'm just drawing it here, so A, F and B, that is 6.2 and 9.5 and 9.5, and this angle is required. So cos of angle F is equals to 9.5 square plus and 9.5 5 square and minus 6.2 square and divided by 2 times 9.5 and 9.5. Calculate this and then afterwards take the inverse, cos inverse of it. So that is equals to 0.787. So f cos of f is equals to cos inverse of 0.787 and then calculate your answer. So that is equals to 38.09 and 38.1 degrees your answer. The next part is calculate the angle of elevation of F from the midpoint of AB. Okay, so angle of elevation of F from the midpoint of AB. Alright, so from the midpoint of AB is here, okay, and somebody is looking up at F, okay, and then we need to calculate the this is your height, okay, this is your height, which is all right. So somebody is looking from here, so I'll have to draw a new diagram according to the angle of elevation diagram, a right angle triangle. So your midpoint is M and then it is E to F. Somebody is looking at F. E to F, it is 90 degree, which is 8.72, and we know that EM to F will be also equals to 9.5, and this is your angle of elevation here in this question. So we apply again the SOH CAH TOA to calculate this angle M. So here we will take the this is from here M to E, we'll calculate this much, which is the half of 4.3. okay, so the half of it will be equals to 2.15, not this diagram. This will be equals to E to F, we have 8.72, and the center M, which is the half of 4.13. This is the half of 4.3, okay, and the half of 4.3 will be equals to 2.15, and we need to calculate this angle, which is the angle of elevation. So obviously we'll apply tan of theta is equals to 8.72 divided by 2.15. Theta is equals to 8 tan inverse 8.72 divided by 2.15. Calculate this, which is equals to 76.1 degrees. Alright, so actually in this question, what do? I'm just explaining here. Okay. Alright, so here what do? Somebody is looking up from the midpoint, okay, so the midpoint M is somewhere here, okay. Alright, so this is the half of 4.3 because that's the whole is 4.3. This is the half of 4.3, okay, and the half of 4.3 is 2.15, which is equals to 2.15 here. Why we took the half of it? Because the total length is 4.3 and then the half of it. Somebody is looking from here, okay, the midpoint, and it is 90 degree. So it means we'll take this triangle to calculate the angle of elevation, this triangle, wherever your EF is 8 point, we found EF is 8.72, EF will be equals to 8.72, okay, and then this is 2.15 because of this, and then we'll took the tan to calculate the angle of elevation here. I hope you understood this part, okay. Alright, the next question is from 0580. This is October November paper 2 question paper is 4-1. So this is question number 8 in this paper. you can see this diagram. The diagram shows the triangle ABC, horizontal ground. AC is 15 meters, already labeled in the question. BC is 8 meters. AB is 20. BP is CQ is vertical to the poles of different heights. And different height because somewhere you can see the 3 meters height is there, or 3 meters height, or 4 meters height with different sides. It's connected with the different heights. AQ and PQ is straight wires, show that ACB is 117.5. ACB means A to C to B. This angle is required. Wherever you can see all three sides are given there. All three sides are given 8 meter, 15 meters, 20 meters, and this angle. Obviously, we'll apply cosine rule to calculate this angle. So this is 4 marks working, 4 marks question. So do proper working here. So we apply the cosine rule here. So that is 20 square is equals to 15. I'm applying it directly. Just look it over there. Cos of C is equals to 15 square plus 8 square minus 20 square divided by 2 times 15 and 8 meters. All the lengths are in meters here. Okay. Now whenever you find out this one and then calculate cos of C inverse. So I'm not doing everything, just you do it by yourself. Okay. So C is cos inverse of 15 square. This working is not enough. Remember, I'm reminding you. Okay. Now 2 times 15 and 8, and then calculate, which is 117.5 degrees. C is equals to, so this is the answer for this part. Now the next part is calculate the area of ABC. ABC area, as we have already calculated, angle C, which is 117.5. So half AB sine C, half 8 into 15 into sine 117, and this is 2 marks question, so it's okay. So area is equals to half of 8 into 15 into sine of 117.5. Okay, so let's calculate. Oh, so that is equals to 53.2 square meters. Okay, now the next part is calculate the length of AQ. Calculate the length of A to Q, this much. Okay, and it's a right angle triangle. Okay, so it's very easy. Use Pythagoras theorem. AQ is the hypotenuse, so equals to 4 square plus 15 square. 4 square plus 15 square, square root. AQ is equals to square root of 4 square plus 15 square. Calculate this one. So that is equals to 15.5. 15.5. Alright, so calculate the angle of elevation of Q from P, 3 marks question. So angle of elevation of Q from P. Q from P means somebody is looking from P to Q. So if I'm going to draw the diagram here, a right angle triangle, obviously from the horizontal ground somebody is looking up. This angle is required because somebody is looking from P to Q, 90 degree. This is 3. So I didn't draw it correctly. I'm just drawing it again. Now look in front that you can understand it easily. Okay. Okay. So this is 3. So this much will also be 3. And it is 1. Okay. And it is 90 degree there. Alright, so we'll have to calculate the angle over there. Okay, so let's I'm drawing the diagram again, a right angle triangle. And also we know one more side, this is 8, so this is also 8. Okay, this is also 8. Just drawing the diagram again. This is from P to Q and 1 and 8 and 90 degree and theta. And obviously we'll apply the tan of yes, tan theta is equals to O over A, 1 over 8. Theta is tan inverse 1 upon 8. Calculate this answer. So that is equals to 7.1 degrees. 7.1. Alright, the last part of this question. Another straight wire connects A to the midpoint of PQ. Calculate the angle between the wire and the horizontal ground. Alright, for this part, I just took the screenshot over there. So, another straight wire connects to the midpoint of PQ. Midpoint of P to Q. Midpoint of P to Q is here. Okay. Another straight wire connects A from A. Alright, if we just connect A to the midpoint of PQ, calculate the angle between this wire and the horizontal ground. So we'll have to make a line, just see the horizontal ground. Alright, so from the horizontal ground, it's coming in the center and connect with the, okay, this triangle. I am going to make the triangle again. So this is becoming 117.5, we know it is. Okay. Alright. So, okay, fine. Alright, so we'll have to calculate angle between the wire and the horizontal ground. So wire and the horizontal ground. This is the wire and this is the horizontal ground. This angle theta is required here. Alright. And this is 5 marks question. Okay. Alright. So if you just look at the midpoint, and this is obviously for this thing we'll have to calculate the values and then we can able to find out the angle. Alright, so if we just look at this is 3, so if I'm going to just look at over there, this is will be also 3 and it's a midpoint, so this is this we have found that was 1, so this is 0.5. okay, and this the whole length was 8, so this will be equals to 4. So first of all I'm just calculating the unknown value, which is a to, for example I'm taking x. What is a to x? Then that will be helpful for us to calculate the angle as well. Okay, so I'm just drawing the diagram here for to calculate the value. Okay, now look in front. I'm just drawing this triangle right now. Okay, so that is equals to 15 here, and that is 4 here because it says mid of 8, and this is 117.5. okay, and then we are going to find out the value of ax, and I can take this one was c. Okay, so whenever ax is required, then we can use the cosine rule. 15 square plus 4 square minus 2 times 15 4 cos of 117.5, and then you take the square root of it. Okay, right now I'm writing down ax square. Calculate this one. Okay, so ax, whenever we after taking out the square root, that is 17.2. 17.2 meters. You just take the square root of it. For no problem, I'm making the square root, then you will not have any problem. Just take the square root. Okay, that is 17.2 meters. Okay, now we can find out the value of angle which is all right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm taking another triangle to calculate the value of theta. I'm taking the whole triangle which I've made it here. Okay, so you know that if this one is 3.5 and this is angle, and we have found this is 17.2, so obviously tan theta is equals to O over A, 3.5 upon 17.2, and theta is equals to tan inverse 3.5 upon 17.2. Please add more steps in this question, and just tell each and everything like I have drawn here in the diagram, that how do you get this 0.5 or 3 or the 4 meters in the middle of the line. CB is X, so that's why I took 4 meters. So explain each and everything to get 5 marks here. So that is coming 11.5 degrees. I just calculated myself. So that is 11.5 degrees. I didn't show the calculator here. Now look in front class, this question is of 5 marks, and then they were asking us to calculate the angle between the wire and the horizontal ground. So that's why I made the horizontal ground here in the middle of PQ and then I drop the line and make the draw the horizontal ground. Okay, and then afterwards we calculated one length which was extra here. I took this was 8, so it is 4 and 4, and then afterwards it was 3, so this is 3, it is in the center, so that was 1, so we took it is 0.5, and then after that we just took this triangle, and here we have already found this is 117.5. We calculated a to x. After calculating a to x, we found this is 3.5 and a to x the value, and then angle theta with the help of tan SOH CAH TOA. Okay, so I hope you have understood. So I just try to take angle of elevation, 3D trigonometry, and trigonometry in this one, and one more 3D trigonometry I have already made it. I'll try to just give you the link in the comments in the description. So for anything or any problem, you can write down in the comment section, or please like, share, and subscribe for more videos and for your help in your exam. Best of luck, students. Okay, take care. Bye bye.